I had a parent that was writing me something and they were really frustrated they couldn't get into the class, and I'm pretty sure their message, when it translated, it was like, I'm having a stroke or I'm having like an aneurysm. Hi everyone, it's Teacher Bex here with another video. Today we are going to be talking about Allschool. And no, this is not Outschool, this is Allschool. It has a very similar name and the website is very similar too. But this is another teaching platform that is very similar to Outschool that allows online teachers to create their own content, post it online, and have students sign up and participate in their classes. Allschool has kids that are primarily based in Singapore, though they do offer their classes to kids all over the world, so you can have a really big reach by joining this platform. So today what I'm gonna do is tell you the pros and cons of teaching on Allschool. A lot of you guys might be Outschool teachers, so you know all of the good things and the bad things about Outschool. And I'm going to compare Outschool and Allschool and tell you how these two platforms are similar or different by going over the pros and cons. Continue watching this video to really dive into what the Allschool platform is doing right and what the Allschool platform is doing wrong. And maybe, just maybe, you might decide to teach on Allschool as well. Let's get into it. After finding out about the platform, I noticed how many similarities it had to Outschool, and I thought, well, if I could make $1 million on Outschool, then I can also make $1 million on Allschool. So I decided to apply. This is the only video you have to watch to learn about Allschool because I'm going to cover everything possible. A lot of the good, a lot of the bad. And I'm gonna say there is more bad than good with this platform, but it could still be a good option for you if you're looking for a platform to teach online. The first thing that you need to know about Allschool is that they will cancel your class if you do not have enrollments. And this is a big deal for me because I made the majority of my money on Outschool and I left my classes open until the very last second. And I would get enrollments 5 minutes before a class. That's how all my classes had students in them. But with Allschool, it's different. If your class doesn't have any students 12 hours before it's supposed to take place, the system will automatically cancel it. Now you can change that setting when you're first setting up your class. You can make it so that the platform waits 1 hour before your class time to cancel your class. But even this is a big negative for me because I need to keep my classes open until the very last minute to maximize how much profit I can make in a day. And by canceling a class 1 hour before, that prevents those parents that sign their kids up last minute from getting the opportunity to try out classes that don't have any enrollments in them. Allschool does keep classes open if they have one enrollment or they've met your minimum, but then that means parents only have a very small selection if they're going to be making last minute choices for their learner. The second issue that I have with Allschool is that they have terrible customer service. And I know that things have changed. When they first launched as a platform, it was a lot better. I wasn't a part of the platform at that time. I can only tell you what my experience is now, but my experience now is dreadful. Their customer service does not answer you for hours, if not days. And it sucks because I have urgent questions. I'm trying to teach a lot of classes and they don't make that easy on me. What's even worse is when you actually have a class to teach with them and the student might be having technical difficulties and you need to reach somebody at Allschool right away and they will not answer you. You will not hear a response for a day, 2 days, 3 days. And it's like, is this even a platform anymore? Am I just on my own? That's another big issue for me. The third issue that I have with Allschool is that kids have a difficult time getting into the platform. I like to use Zoom for my classes, but Allschool has another option for teachers to use, which is ClassPod. And this is something that they created. It's a really cool alternative to Zoom, but for me and the way that I run my classes, I need to be using Zoom. I've noticed that when I first started teaching on Allschool, students just did not know how to enter Zoom. And I would be having these technical difficulties and the parents would be reaching out to me. Allschool support was not there to help whatsoever. I kept trying to help the parent, but they could not get into the class. And so now they paid for it, they weren't able to attend, and the parent pretty much gives up at that point. They're like, screw this, we're done. The platform is not giving them enough instruction as to how to actually access the class. The fourth thing that really bothers me with Allschool is that it doesn't show you how many kids are enrolled in a class or how many spots are left. That's something Outschool does really well that Allschool does not do well at all. When I look at other teachers' offerings, I try to see how many kids are enrolled so I can really gauge my competition and see if I'm on par with the other teachers. But I don't know. Do they have 1 student enrolled? Do they have 0 students enrolled? It doesn't help parents either, because as a parent, I would want to know that my student is with other kids, or if they are going to be by themselves, I want to know that ahead of time. When all of the classes look the same and you can't really gauge which teacher is more popular than another or which class is more popular than another, then it just becomes very difficult to figure out which are the really quality classes on the platform and which aren't. The 5th thing is that they favor established classes. I didn't come in when the platform first launched, and they had specific teachers that they brought in at the very beginning that they really promoted. And it seems like right now they're still promoting those same teachers. If you're a legacy teacher and you started off last year or the year prior, then your classes are always going to be in all of the marketing emails. Your classes are going to be on the front page every single day. That sucks. I think Outschool, because they have a wider reach, they can introduce new teachers to a large audience and then kind of let the audience pick and choose which topics and subjects will work for them. But with Allschool, it seems like the classes that are already established, that are on the cheaper end, that are making money already, are the ones that they're promoting, and breaking in and being something special on the platform is literally impossible. And this is coming from somebody that made $1 million on Outschool, somebody that knows how to master what it takes to break into a platform and kind of be the star on that platform. So if I'm telling you this, then you know that it's difficult. But I'm still experimenting, and as I'm still getting used to this platform, I'm trying to see if there's any way to kind of hack the system, or if there's any way to use their algorithms against them. The 6th thing that really bothers me about their platform is that their marketing isn't great for these classes. I never see any Facebook ads for them, but with Outschool, I did see a lot of Facebook ads for classes, both for my own and other teachers. With Allschool, all I see are occasional emails that have like classes coming up this week, or these are our top choices for you. And typically they're the same classes every week. They do not vary the classes that they're promoting. And this goes back to them really favoring teachers that have been on the platform for a long time. The 7th thing that bothers me with Allschool is that they don't really have a good social media presence. They have a Facebook account and some of the typical social media, but they haven't posted on there forever. Like, it's been about a year now. The groups that are on Facebook and other platforms for teachers specifically, those also don't really have posts in them. Like, teachers will post once every 2 months or so. And to actually get into one of those groups is super difficult. I was hearing that the admins of those groups like stepped away from the position. To get into the groups is a hassle on its own. It might take you 3 months to get in. And then once you're in the group, you see like there's not much activity. So even though I know that there are active teachers on the platform and that teachers keep adding more sessions to their classes and are working hard to get enrollments, I don't actually know who to talk to actually get perspectives from other teachers. If you are an Allschool teacher right now, I want to talk to you. Leave a comment about what your experience has been like on this platform and get in touch with me, because I think teachers need to support one another. And when I was on Outschool and I was really successful, I was talking to other teachers all the time to try to get tips and tricks and see how we could really use each other's strategies to be the best teachers. But Allschool does not foster that type of community between teachers. I have not spoken to a single Allschool teacher. I just had to figure out everything myself. So keep watching these tips, because I'm gonna really dig into some more stuff here. The 8th thing that bothers me with Allschool is that their scheduling ability is serious poo-poo. To schedule classes, you have to do it manually. You have to keep clicking and clicking. I wanna schedule a class on August 8th at 12 p.m. It takes you, let's say, 10 seconds to click, click, click that. I want to schedule a class on August 8th at 10:30 p.m. Takes you another 10 seconds to do that. And if you're like me and you want to schedule like 10 classes a day or 20 classes a day, you're spending so much time doing that for just one day. Like, I can spend 30 minutes scheduling, and I realized that I only did it for 3 days when I want to be scheduling 2 months out. It takes forever, and they don't have a very streamlined way of scheduling. And Outschool had this problem too a few years ago when I first joined, but they definitely made huge improvements in it and they help you replicate class times. But this platform doesn't help you do that. They make it really difficult. And when you're scheduling with them, you're not just scheduling the class time, you're also choosing how much the class is going to cost, which is super odd because on Outschool, you just choose how much it's going to cost, like $20, and that will be the price for all of your class sessions. But on this platform, you can actually choose the price per class. So I know it's a lot to wrap your brain around, but they just make scheduling really wackadoodle. For someone like me that wants to experiment with different prices on my class, if I have already scheduled like 50 classes at the $20 price point and I want to revise those classes and make them $15 instead of $20, I literally can't do that. Like I have to cancel all of those classes and then remake those class times and then change it to 15. Making revisions on already scheduled classes, it's pretty impossible on their platform. The 9th thing that bothers me about Allschool is that any change to the class itself, not the class time, but the class itself, needs their approval. And they say that minor changes will get approved within 2 hours, but I'm used to teaching on Outschool where if I did need to make a minor change, I could just save that change. Let's say I wanted to change the price of the class or I wanted to change the title a little bit. I could make that adjustment, save it, and my class would be updated. But with Allschool, any little change you want to make, it needs to go back to them for their approval. They say 2 hours, but it takes more than 2 hours usually, so that's a little icky. The thing that I think I really want to stress here is that online teachers need to be trying a lot of different strategies constantly and adjusting their classes constantly if they see something's not working. And for somebody that's just starting out on this new platform like me that wants to be making these adjustments, they make it very difficult to try out a lot of different strategies because they have to be involved in every step of the process. The 10th thing that bothers me with Allschool is that a lot of these parents speak a different language, not English. So when they're writing to you and you're trying to work with them through technical difficulties, they're writing to you in a different language. So you'll get their message in a different language. You can click a button that will translate their message to English, but the translation is usually not great and it makes their message kind of sound funny. Like I had a parent that was writing me something and they were really frustrated they couldn't get into the class, and I'm pretty sure their message when it translated, it was like, I'm having a stroke or I'm having like an aneurysm. So I wanted to know, like, are they just upset that their kid can't get into the class and that's how they're expressing that they're upset? Or do they really have like a health issue? The language barrier makes it difficult, and the platform not being able to help you know real-time customer service, it just makes that type of situation super frustrating because then you're wondering like, am I gonna get paid for this? The kid is not in the class, I've been waiting for half an hour already. What is going on? Like I want to help the parent, but I also don't want to give them a refund, but I also don't want to spend another hour trying to teach their kid when I already wasted an hour. These are just like all the things that go into an online teacher's mind. The 11th thing is that reviews are super weird on this platform. When I look at other teachers' reviews, it has a date on the review, but it doesn't say what year it's from. So I'm not sure if the review is from 2021, 2022, or 2023. And sometimes the reviews are in weird order. Like it will say there's a review from August, and then they'll say there's a review from October, and then there's a review from July. And I'm like, what order are these reviews coming in at? So what year, what order? And then typically the parents don't even write anything. They'll just put like tags, kind of very generic tags, like the class was good, or my student had fun. And a lot of the parents use those same type of tags, which makes me think that Allschool is just giving them these options and they can like easily pick through them, but they're not actually taking the time to write a nice long review and putting photos of their child. It's just, it doesn't help parents really get an impression of whether a class is good or it's not. The 12th thing that bothers me about Allschool is that pricing is very weird. So the platform allows you to create coupons for your classes. And I noticed that I did this recently. I put a $3 coupon on my class and the parent used the coupon, took the class, and afterwards I was looking at my earnings, but I'm like, this is weird. I had a coupon on my class. So technically if they subtracted the amount of the coupon, then I should be earning less than this. So I just feel like There might be some weird things going on with coupons. I've been watching videos of parents abusing coupons where they're making multiple accounts and using them and trying to get a bunch of classes for free. I think that Allschool, it seems like they just kind of gave up on tracking this type of abusive behavior and also of tracking things on the teacher's end. Because if I was Allschool, I wouldn't want to be paying the teacher extra if they used a coupon on their class to make the price lower. So it just seems like they don't really have their eggs in one basket. That's really concerning to me if I was them, but it's also concerning to me as a teacher, because what if they're promising me more money and then I get excited for more money, but then they end up not paying it to me? Just makes me really worried. The 13th thing that bothers me about Allschool is that I'm not sure if they're ever gonna pay me. I've taught a handful of classes on their platform now, and I still haven't gotten paid for them. And I haven't reached out to support yet because I'm like giving them a little bit of time to pay me out. It's already over the 7 days that they say it will take to pay out a teacher. So I'm getting a little bit concerned. I know other teachers get paid on the platform, but since I haven't really communicated with that many teachers, I'm not sure what's going on Allschool's end. Like, what's going on? Are they having like internal turmoil? Did their CEO get caught like in some sort of scandal? I'd rather be on platforms that pay me out quicker. The 14th and the last kind of negative that I have about Allschool is that their platform is just not really built out very well. What they did is they copied the Outschool platform, and I'm so confused as to why they didn't get sued for that, but they are in a different country, so they might be allowed to do that simply because they're in a different country. I was actually looking at one of their support pages and I noticed they had written Outschool instead of Allschool on their support page, which is like, how do they get away with that? I don't know. The platform is just not as built out as a platform like Outschool. It's missing a lot. It's missing the human touch, you know, the really powerful reviews from parents, the children testimonials about how they love the platform. I would hope that they build it out more and just add more character and add more interactive options for their teachers and for their students. Now let's talk about the positives of Allschool. There are some good things that this platform is doing that really stood out to me right away that even Outschool could learn from them. The first thing that I really like about Allschool is that they have a really great way of integrating your calendar into other calendars. For example, I like to use Google Calendar. Allschool makes it super easy to just click on a link and it will export all of the class times that actually have a learner in them into your Google Calendar, and you can super easily see what you have to teach. So that's really nice for me because I've worked with other platforms like Eventbrite that also offer that functionality, but it did not work well. And there were times where I was missing classes because I didn't know I had a class. That's really awkward. So I'm happy that Allschool has one that works well. The second thing that I wanted to mention, and this is not like a crazy awesome thing, but it is a good thing, is that in my first week of just putting classes up, I already started to get enrollments. I would say within the first 3 to 4 days, I got 3 enrollments, which is pretty promising because I was hearing kind of some negative things about this platform, that it was really slowing down. And I had my classes priced at $20 a learner, which is pretty high. And I could get enrollments at that price point, which is awesome. This platform still has students, they're still active, and you can get enrollments if you sign up and put classes up. The third thing that's a positive about Allschool is that they have ClassPod, which is their own kind of teaching interface, and they offer you a discount if you choose to use that teaching interface instead of Zoom. Depending on when you join the platform, you could only be paying them a 20% fee or a 25% fee, as opposed to Outschool, which takes 30% on your classes. This is a great thing because you're keeping more of the money that you earned from your classes. You also get to try out a pretty cool platform, ClassPod. I mean, that type of software is something that Outschool doesn't have. And I think it'd be even cool if Outschool developed their own type of software too, but that's really innovative. The fourth thing that I think is great about Allschool is that they have really good courses on their platform. When I first got on to Allschool, I noticed that all of the classes looked pretty well done. The teachers all had really great graphics to advertise their class. They had really strong descriptions, which makes me think that the people that found Allschool were really good teachers already. And I think my assumption is right because Allschool recruited Outschool teachers onto their platform when they were first starting. So I'm thinking that a lot of the teachers that are on there are already pros and that are people that love teaching and really have the hang of having a successful class. And so that's why all of the classes look pretty great. The fifth thing that I think is awesome about Allschool right now is that they're still a fairly new platform. They launched in 2021. And so if you're on it now, they kind of have one of two directions that they can go. They can either tank like big time, and some people are predicting that, or they can really go up from here. And depending on how much they put into it, into advertising the classes and into having really good staff, they might go up from here. And if you join now, you're still kind of in the early stages of Allschool. Over time, you can build a lot of reviews, and if there's still a platform a year from now or 2 years from now, you could have one of those really successful classes that the platform is constantly promoting. It's still early to get in, which is a great thing. The sixth thing that I think is pretty cool that Allschool does is they really promote teachers using coupons. They make it very easy to create a coupon. You can name your coupon anything you want. You can write an internal description to yourself to remind yourself kind of why you created the coupon in the first place. And you can have as many coupons as you want on that platform. So it really incentivizes people to take your class when they have a super easy coupon that they can clip when they see your class. It really reminds me of Amazon, because when I go onto Amazon, if there are any coupons or deals, they'll have it right next to the title of the product, and then you can click on it and it will automatically drop the price for you. So this was very similar, and I think it's unique. I don't think Outschool has such a easy or enticing coupon system. The seventh thing that Allschool does pretty well is they have a nice weekly insights section. They provide you insights on the types of learners that you've taught. They give you an idea of, when your money is released to you, and once everything is confirmed and once everything is sent out. So you can really get a good idea of the types of kids that are participating in your classes, how many are participating in your class. And for a platform that's still kind of new in this space and that's starting out, I think that this is one of the more developed parts of their website. The eighth thing that I think is pretty awesome with Allschool is that they allow you to post classes that conflict. For example, they allow me to post a class that's from 8 to 9 a.m. and they also allow me to post a class that's from 8:15 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. They allow me to do that. Like, other platforms wouldn't do that because you're risking having two classes have enrollments at the same time, and then you have to cancel one of those classes. But what Allschool does, because they don't have that many classes on their platform, is they encourage teachers to put as many classes as possible during the same time. In the case that a student wants to sign up for one of those classes, the platform will automatically delete all of the other classes that you had scheduled for that time. But it gives you a better shot at getting a booking because you have so many options during that time frame, and you can appeal to a whole bunch of students. I'm still getting to know its kinks and see if I can kind of break the website and really get to the nitty-gritty on what price points work and how many students are actually active on that site. So once I figure out those things, I will let you know. But for right now, these are my insights coming in with only a few weeks into the platform. Like I said before, I haven't talked to many Allschool teachers. So if you are an Allschool teacher currently, please leave a comment and share your experience with me so that I can really understand how other teachers are feeling about the platform. And if you're not an Allschool teacher, but you're kind of fascinated about it, take a look at the platform and leave a comment as well, letting me know what you think about it. Does it seem legit to you? Does it seem like an Outschool knockoff? Do you think that they should be arrested for copying Outschool? I'm trying to give you the most realistic tips that you guys can use to succeed in the online teaching space. We're doing this together. We're trying to make money together, and we're also trying to touch students' lives, because really, I'm in it for the kids, and hopefully you're in it for the kids as well. It's such a blast giving kids a great experience, and that's what online teaching is all about. Please like and subscribe. There are going to be more teaching content coming out for you soon, and I'm excited to really dig into how I was a success on Outschool and give you some real tips that you can implement this moment to get more bookings immediately. So that's going to be coming up soon. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.